off the weed. And you can't stay off the weed. You ain't getting busted for using weed. Stay off the weed. You can stay off the weed. Stay off the damn weed. And they don't listen.
When it comes to marriages, the women lose their mind. Your fiance is going to lose her mind. Your mother-in-law is going to lose her mind. Your mom is going to lose her mind. Several of your sisters and female relatives are going to lose their mind. Go elope. Trust me on that. Go elope. Because basically every female in the family is going to terrorize you guys until it's over. Once it's over, I mean, they'll be upset for a few days, but it'll be over. And then, you know, you cruise away, along, have a happy marriage, have a happy life.
I'll pass along the message. Thanks, Coach. Congrats on the win.
Trevor, unless he's crazy, is totally on my side. And trust me on this. If Trevor doesn't have the sense to do that, tell him to call me. Because, I mean, he needs to do. I told all my kids, I'll give you $10,000 extra if you elope. So far, they haven't done it, but I would, too.
I'll have him call you for sure.
All right.
Hey, here we go. Hey, what is hot? Hey, turbo, hey, can. What is hot?
So far, that is what it feels like right now. We just married minus 3 innings, led at ease. Thinking that would be a after 3-11 marriage.
Okay, but listen, I still beat both of y'all. I know that.
I mean, well, damn. Nobody won. Jada was trying to win the thing. You talking about you could. So all these people that filled out bracket, you just trying to beat me and Joe, huh?
That's all that matters. That's the only thing that matters.
Okay.
Hey, matter of fact, hold on.
What this man got now? He done got him a crowd or something, Joe.
Nah.
And still.
Hey, man, you gotta chill, bro. Look at this. What we talking about? And still.
What keep you motivated though? Because like people like you don't ever get tired.
Tired of what? Winning?
All right. Why? Nick Saban retiring? Huh? Nick Saban retiring. What? It's all ESPN. Oh, no.
I'll tell you, quarterbacks, you get all the good looking women eyes. What a beautiful woman. Wow, he's AJ doing some things right now. So you're a youngster in Alabama. Start getting the football out and throw it around the backyard.
What we've told our guys was let's study that thing and then get busy. Like a homely girl on a honeymoon. Busy. We want to be busy.
Went to Chicago yesterday.
Thank you, brother, go.
Oh, no smoke with him.
Thank you, brother, go.
He's serious.
I've been to Charlotte twice. I've been to Raleigh. twice. Raleigh.
Oh, okay. Close enough.
That's how you say it? How you say it again? You for real? But it's spelled R-A-L-E-I-G-H.
Raleigh.
That's Raleigh.
Close enough. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, she was nice too, huh?
We can't wait for kickoff. But we got to practice a little bit. I want these guys bouncing around today like a pogo stick on Viagra.
Shut up texting me this. My team is losing right now. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it.
People talk about how talented they are and what a good team they are. They're consistent. You know, they play well week after week. They didn't win the lottery to win 10 games.
Randy Orton slithering. Watch out. Here's the cover.
Yeah, me too, Jack. Me too, buddy. Me too.
Say the Dallas Cowboys going to the Super Bowl.
Are you smoking dope? You got to be.
And I had to go back and replay this because what the is she crying for, boy? Bitch must have bet her soul on this game. Then watch this next white lady come up.
You're still alive.
Boy, she act like somebody killed a pet.
We just won. What was the score? 31-14. Stephen A. Watch him out.
Oh, shit. It's a good sound clip for the season.
I look at the computer say, Floyd said, fuck T.I., fuck Nelly, fuck 50. I'm like, what did he say fuck me for?
Because I be saying so much about it, especially like on our team. And people love to blame the player so much. They be like, oh, he's just not what he thought he could be. And in my head, I want to tweet out so bad is, when are we going to stop saying it's players instead of saying, or it's coaching or scheme? Like, why don't the scheme ever suck? Why don't the coaching ever suck? Like, people don't realize that, bro. There be a lot of like, you know, BS that be going into this league. Like, that people don't realize, like, you think I want to be doing the BS? They telling me I got to do it. Like,
he has to overcome another obstacle. So I'm going to support him. I'm going to lift him up. And I'm going to be there for him. Because I see the way he fights. I see the way that he works. And I know who he is as a person. And that's all I have to say to address.
No, I mean, it's obvious. I mean, we're so far past that, to be honest with you, but that's obvious. I mean, you just want to piss me off going into this week.
I'm like, bro, Cowboys supposed to be playing tonight. What the fuck is going on? I got my hat on. I got my jersey on. I got my forces on. I got my swag on. I done prayed to my Jesus. Everything, won't it?
If we're ever going to be there, but, you know, I know for sure I'm not going to win a Super Bowl there. So, yeah. We here.
We're here. Demarcus Lawrence, welcome to the Seahawks. Thanks for joining us.
Girlfriend grabbed the phone. Got that phone right back. You get your phone, dog. You get your phone, dog. That was the play of the season. Every man at the house was going, get your phone, dog. Get your phone, dog. CD Lamb.
Now we look at our 10-day forecast. It's looking a little bit like those Dallas Cowboys. It's peaking in the 90s.
I really like the Eagles.
Stop saying that. We want the Cowboys to win.
No, I want the Eagles to win.
No, you do not.
Yes, I do. I just want the Eagles to win.
I keep saying it.
When healthy, still a player who will be a part of this
the Eagles.
The Eagles on offense are like a good boxer. It's like they just jab.
I want the Eagles to win.
And then all of a sudden you start creeping in and make plays and stop Saquon. And
you want the Cowboys to win?
Now your hands up.
Patrick Mahomes or Jalen Hurts for $15. Brother Chris, it's all about Jalen Hurts because he got a black queen forever, snow bunny never. I like Patrick Mahomes, but he's bunny hopping. I'm going with number one. I'm going with Jalen Hurts. Fly, RBG, Eagles fly. I said fly, RBG, Eagles fly.
Y'all today. Go Birds. About to spank y'all today, too. Enjoy y'all package, though. Take this down. Y'all about to lose. Fly, Eagles fly.
Are you going to school tomorrow?
I don't know.
Is he going to school tomorrow?
No, he ain't making it.
That's a bruise. It ain't just no soreness, it's a bruise. We're gonna aggravate it with the gun. I'm gonna talk to that. I graduated exercise science. I'm gonna listen. Damn. You getting your ass out here, you finna block.
I ain't blocking.
No, you getting your ass out here, we finna block.
I ain't blocking.
Blocking the date.
I'm not blocking.
Hey man, how's it going? You Jake? Yeah. Okay. Hey, so someone called in reference to your Facebook post. The Eagles lost, man. I know. So I don't. I'm fine. The Eagles lost and the dogs are barking. I got you. You don't hurt yourself? No. The fucking Jalen Hurts the 3 goddamn turn the ball over 6 times, man. That's right. Yeah. Okay. All right, man. I appreciate it. All right, take it easy.
I think it's 2 ways you can actually cut a sandwich. A and B are the 2 ways you can cut it. Choose C or D. You see health.
And was assisting people down. My man just started throwing babies out the window. We was catching them. Unlike Aguilar and his mishaps, I like to put that out there.
The MVP front runner. If anybody else got to say something different about that, then come see me. I'm right here in Beemore outside the bank. If you got an issue with that, come see me. I'm about that. Big trust. Woo woo. Lamar Jackson in the flesh.
Took a few more here for Lamar. Mike Jones. Lamar, there was that point in the season where you guys lost 3 straight, 4 or 5.
Mike Jones. Mike Jones. That's it. Mike Jones. That's it right now. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's all right.
What? What the fuck?
Oh my. Oh.
What the?
Oh.
You bristling up? Well, just make sure you're not. Because I can bristle up too now. I mean, you ask a question like that, and I'm trying to give you a logical answer.
The season's a lot like a roll of toilet paper. The closer you get to the end, the faster it goes. And so we've got to realize the importance of each football game.
Hey, when you
I use more product than anybody.
When you and Tim go get your hair done, what y'all tell them? Like to the left or the right?
No, I tell them go number 2 all the way up to a fade and just give me a phone hawk, man. It's a phone hawk, bro.
Number 2.
Hey, Paul, what do you tell them?
Hey,
just a little off the sides.
Leave
just a little bit off the sides.
Leave the sides.
I always tell them I should leave a little bit on the top.
Oh.
The Bulldogs.
Yale Bulldogs.
Wow. Not so fast, midget. Not so fast.
Midget?
Yeah, little guy. Hey, not so fast. I go with Harvard. What's the matter?
I'm not laughing about it. You think this is funny? I take it serious. I'm not real serious. I put my heart and soul into it every single week.
I'm saying this, the camera show.
I'm just telling you right now what I do every single week. Every single week, I put my freaking heart and soul into this. I step my off. I don't go out there and laugh. It's not funny. It's not funny. Nothing's funny to me. I don't go out there and get embarrassed. I'm Monday Night Football in front of everybody.
That's why I'm asking you.
I'm telling you right now. We're talking. Dudes and I are talking.
What was the context?
I'm done. Sorry. I'm not doing it.
I'm gonna say y'all something.
I want to go to LSU, ended up going to Mississippi State, won a game, 1 year out of 6. What do you think that's funny, T? You got 2 degrees, don't you? You on the field, hey, how you feel?
I just don't condone the bashing of Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys and have the
Green throws him in a chokehold, rips him back down, and is throwing punches. And no one has any chill at this moment, and they're after it. All Ragnarok is breaking out there in Jacksonville, Bengals and Jags.
All right, tell the camera what you think about life. Like, how do you see life?
Sucks, but I'm playing football right now, so.
And just Smitty, so, and then none of them. So I had all the thought process planned out. But anyways, there's Landon.
Yeah. Clearly, Landon Dickerson, the center, All-American.
Watch this, George.
Damn.
What the? He bought that like. I've
never seen quick.
Oh,
I knew how important this was for our team. Auntie, chill. I knew how important this was for our team, and just
It's just crazy to me how much music I don't know out here. Like, I know I'm getting old. Like, I listen to all types of music too. I just don't know shit out here. I ain't never heard this song in my life.
I'm big. Yeah.
5 yards.
Bro, y'all need help, bro.
Who told y'all that? Who told y'all that?
J-Mo, that's your fault.
I'm gonna go to Cancun like everybody told me to do, and I'm gonna enjoy myself because I don't have nothing else to do, so take myself there.
So you don't quit, and you don't quit in sports. You retire. You don't get to quit. It's not an option. See, someone told me that a long time ago. That ain't even an option. The person told me that, he ain't here anymore. He died.
I always tell our boys that the most important things in life are faith, family, and football. I don't believe it. You stupid son of a... Run the route again. Mark, you stupid mother... That is so bad. Are you mentally challenged, son? Or seriously, are you mentally challenged? And if you notice there, I put them in that order for a reason, because the thing that comes first is your faith. Your faith with God is the most important thing in life. If you don't get your into gear, we might not win a ball game all season. We'll go 0-12. And everyone in your life is going to hate you, myself included. All right? All right, bow your heads. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we as a coaching staff know that football is just a game. So we want to use this game to build young men of character. Win by any means necessary. So if you're at the bottom of the pile, you see someone's finger, break it. You see that star running back at the bottom of the pile, twist that ankle, get him out of the game. Anything we can do to win this ball game. I don't care if you got to play dirty. I don't care if you got to cheat.
I'm telling you. Hey, they're rougher than a pine cone toilet seat. Those guys can really play.
Are you in this game? Let him handle it. Let him handle it. Let him handle it. Let him handle it. Oh, you shut the fuck up. Let him handle it. Don't tell me nothing. You understand? You sit off the fucking sideline. Push it on my... You don't push on my...
This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game.
We had several opportunities to make plays. We didn't get the plays made. We got to make more plays. It reminded me when I was in the 3rd grade, and it came time to go to the 4th grade in June, and they told me I was almost good enough to go to 4th. Did you go or not? No, I had to go to 3rd. You went again? Yeah.
30% from the 3. You know what they got? They some dogs. You know why? Because right now we got Memphis shooting 35% from the field, 17% from the 3. See, when you're struggling, that was a violation too. I got to check it on that. When you have defenders anchored by Draymond Green, one of the best they ever do.
Needed some time to get going, and here comes the... Oh! We almost lost one.
You got another game. You got another game, man.
And roll tide. Thank you. Roll tide. Roll tide. Roll tide. Roll tide.
I hate Tennessee because first of all, it's Tennessee. And I just hate them because they low down, they dirty, they some snitches. And I hate Philip Holman. I hate their colors. I'm not a dog person. I just hate Tennessee, man. Like, I hate Neyland Stadium. Looks like a garbage truck, working convention. And I hate all the quarterbacks. I hate Tennessee, man. It reminds me, it's not that orange you can see. I hate Tennessee more than I hate Auburn. I just dislike Auburn. I hate Tennessee. Tennessee's colors is that throw orange. It's not that orange you can sit with. It's that puke inside of pumpkin orange. And I don't like pumpkins. So I really don't like Tennessee, man. I can't stress that enough, man. And they lose. They sore losers because they're not Alabama. And I hate Tennessee, man. I can't stress that enough. I hate them.
I mean, his ability to just escape and make plays on the run, I mean, it's just outstanding what I've seen. And
just the defensive side of it as well. They're definitely going to be a concern for me going forward if Alabama doesn't get their offensive line straightened out.
Chelsea, that's a great point, because if you look at Alabama's
60 seconds, right? I can't wait to get paid again. Oh, baby. You know what? I'm still happy. Oh, there it is,
What is up, Touchdown Tribe? Why is there an echo? There we go. That should fix that. I was hearing myself talk. Okay. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Let me check to make sure the sound is good. What is up? Let's see. What is up, Nico? Can you hear me? Yeah, hit the like button. But Nico, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Because I had to turn one of the outputs off because it was causing an echo. But let me know. Okay, you can hear me. Good. The sound is good. All right. Good deal, y'all. Good deal. This will be another short live. I only got one thing I want to cover. So let me go over the show play call list for today. Just gonna do an opening motivational video. It's gonna be the same one, y'all. It's gonna be the same one with Deion Sanders. I'm really loving that one lately. It's been really helping me, okay? Gonna do the national anthem for the Touchdown Tribe and then cover this Ty Simpson interview with the Downs brothers. So y'all know Caleb Downs just got drafted to the Dallas Cowboys. His brother also plays for the Colts. He's a wide receiver. So we're gonna cover that. We're gonna cover that interview because I was rewatching it and I was like, dang, he said some interesting things that I don't think people caught on to. There was one thing he said that really hinted at maybe being a possible Ram. So we're gonna break that down and then close out with a motivational video. So let's go ahead and get into it with the Touchdown Tribe National Anthem. So all rise for our Touchdown Tribe National Anthem. Shout out the Do Better Podcast, Theo Coop. Shout out Cree Cree and shout out Beardman. We're all doing this national anthem on our shows now.
On the Star Spangled Banner, Fergie.
That our flag was still there.
Alright, there we go. Alright, let's go ahead and do this motivational video real quick.
Stop comparing yourself to other people. Compare yourself to you. Be the best you could possibly be. And that's all you need to focus on. Be the best you could possibly be. I don't give a damn what they got going on. I don't give a damn what they got in the driveway. I don't give a damn what you pulling up to. I don't give a damn what you got around your neck or on your feet. Be the best you that you could possibly be. That's all God asks.
I needed to hear that again because I was just comparing myself. I was just comparing myself a few minutes ago and I'm like, nope, we can't be doing that. So I really needed this reminder. All right, moving on to the main topic of the Ty Simpson interview. Let's break this down.
Let's welcome our former teammate, one of the captains of the Alabama football team, who led the SEC in completions, lowest interception percentage in Tide history, the man from Tennessee, Ty Simpson. We appreciate you hopping on today.
Absolutely, bro. Appreciate y'all having me.
So let's get to it. Most important thing in the next couple of days. When are you headed to Pittsburgh?
Monday, so I'll fly out, I think Monday morning.
All right. How much are you looking forward to this process being over? Because I know for me, bro, I'm trying to just get this over with and play football.
It's crazy.
Just keep in mind that this is an old interview, okay? This was from, I think, April 15th. So this is, pre-draft, all of that. They were still doing these interviews, but what he says is so fascinating, y'all, and nobody caught it.
Sure, Josh has told you, but it's like the fact that I'm like not with a team right now, and I
Feels
don't know,
weird.
it sucks. This is like my first time I hadn't been on a team since I've been 7 years old. I know it's the same way for you too, bro. And the fact that I like can't control like who my coach is, who I want to go to, it's like
It's just a mystery.
Now, this kind
Yeah.
of gets into the mentality, right? Like, I covered the mental health aspect of the game, of sports, and this really messes with their minds because it causes a lot of anxiousness. You don't know where you're going to go. You're hoping you go to a good team that can, especially a quarterback, and you're hoping you go to a team that can develop you, but that's not always the case. And I think you could see a little bit of anxiousness with Ty Simpson. Like he was wanting he must have been thinking, I really want to go to the Rams. And we're gonna get into it because he's gonna I think it's Caleb Downs asks him a question and he hints at the Rams, y'all.
But I'm happy to get it over with. Happy to see who my teammates are going to be, my coach is going to be, and find a home.
Nah, it's fun when you. It's like literally you going up the mountaintop right now, and then when you get drafted, it's literally like you're at the peak. But like right now is like, nah, y'all. What is it? It's Monday, next Thursday. Right now, like it'll be a little. It's a little chill right now, but once that day come around.
How quick is it a turnaround though? Like,
when y'all? Ooh, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Like we had a week. We had a week, and then we reported the next week for rookie
So
minicamp.
that's Josh Downs. For those of you who don't know, he's a wide receiver with the Colts, I believe. And his brother right there is Caleb Downs, just got drafted to the Dallas Cowboys. And since Josh Downs is already in the NFL, has experience, they're really leaning on him for his perspective right here.
And then you're thrown into that fire. Like you go rookie minicamp, and then you don't leave again, and the team just comes back on Monday, and y'all just get like blend in with the team. It's different though. Like I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. Like the feeling is just different when you're in that pre-draft and you just get drafted. Like now I'm like I've been on the team for 3 years, about to be my fourth. So now I'm more so like it's like okay, I want to see who the rookies are, but it's just a whole different feeling. Pre-draft is something else, bro. Like, it's fun, but it's different. Yeah. You gotten to talk to a lot of different people throughout this process, Ty. How has that been, getting to meet all the different coaches and then also just the network people that you get to talk to?
Honestly, that's been my favorite part. Because, I mean, like, I'm a football fanatic, a guy who, like, wants to coach one day, especially at the quarterback position, right? Like, you're constantly trying to figure out, like, ways that people do, different offenses and just the way they do things, right? During the process.
Y'all might hear some audio problems. Like he sounds like he's underwater. That's on Ty Simpson. That's not me, y'all. That's just Ty Simpson's audio here. And I think it's because he doesn't have headphones or a mic like these other guys. So that's why.
Whether it's, meeting with different teams or different GMs or even, different scouts just to get their perspective on like, how, so-and-so was, who was an all-pro, but he might have been different than another guy, or, how I can help myself in the draft process and just trying to make sure that I do things the right way. And that's been, beneficial for me because I've made all these connections and I've, made a impression on these guys to make sure, one, if they do draft me, that I could be, their franchise quarterback. Two, if something were to happen and, I left for free agency, like I would have that relationship. And then three, when I'm, getting to the point of wanting to coach, right? Like I can have that, built-in relationship like, hey, these guys, knew me in the draft process and I could just fit right in.
Nah, you talked to Drake, Drake May. How was that combo?
Yeah, that's my dog.
For real?
I knew Drake in high school.
Now, another thing that y'all might not know, Josh Downs played for Carolina, UNC, the University of North Carolina. That's where Josh Downs played college football. And Drake May comes from a family of Carolina, and that's where Drake May played as well. What is up, Cree? Good to have you in the building as always. Oh, I didn't even play Pooh Man's drop or your drop. Let me go to the drops here. Play Cree's drop real quick.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man.
Yes, I know the Muffin Man. Who lives on Drury Lane?
Shout out Cree and shout out Pooh Man. Let's see, where is that drop?
Rolex wearing. Woo! Diamond ring wearing. Woo! Kiss stealing. Woo! Wheeling dealing. Woo! Limousine ride. Woo! Jet flying. Woo! Son of a gun. Woo! And I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. They give me 2 claps and a Ric Flair. Woo!
Shout out Pooh Man.
Not explain it. He's like he's just.
And then, of course, I knew his success in North Carolina, that, built-in relationship, like, hey, these guys, knew me in the draft process, and I could just fit right in.
Nah, you talked to Drake, Drake May. How was that combo?
Yeah, that's my dog.
Oh, for real?
I knew Drake in high school. Actually, when he was committed to Bama.
Oh, yeah, facts. He was committed to Bama.
Yeah, bro. So
and I didn't realize Drake May was committed to Alabama. I didn't realize that.
Would have been like a junior, sophomore, something like that. But we were, at camps together, and our dads got to know each other pretty well. And then, we just kind of kept in touch throughout the years. And then, of course, I knew his success in North Carolina with you, Josh.
Yeah.
And then it was cool recently, when he was going through that MVP run this year. He had texted me during the season, was like, hey man, like, looking at you, like, keep balling. That was cool because he didn't have to do that for me. He didn't have to text me, and especially, like how busy he was. And then, he worked out with the same guy I did during the draft process, David Morris. So after the season was over, we FaceTimed him, and he was in Vegas with his wife and, just kicking it. And Drake's such a good dude, man, and just a great.
It's crazy to talk about Drake May having a wife. He's so young. It's like, oh yeah, he does really have a wife.
Having him is super dope.
Yeah, Drake is a good dude, man. He's just like, I don't even know how to explain it. He's just a normal dude, but he's just good at quarterback.
Yeah, and that's like that's my favorite thing about him, bro. Is just like he's not one of those guys who's like, it's too big time to
not at all.
He just is a dude who's just like, yeah, man, like, what's up? How you doing? Like, that's so dope.
Nah, so you talked to the Mannings too. What was that like, talking to those 2 Hall of Famers?
Yeah, I mean,
what's up?
I can't say enough.
Money, good to have you here. Coleslaw hater.
About them, man. Like, Arch is a really good friend of mine. Okay. We talk almost every week during the season. Just ideas. Everything in general, from how you doing to just kick back. And then Peyton and Eli, they were so cool because they've like done it. They know me. And they just gave me, great advice.
As a quarterback, I would have to imagine, like, the top advice you would want to hear from with quarterback experience is the Manning brothers. I mean, I'm just thinking, like, if I was in that position, playing, like, the biggest honor would be having input from Tom Brady and the Mannings.
It was super cool because, everything that they've been through and, their resume. And how they looked at the game, and like I said, right, like as a guy, and I'm sure it's the same way for a wideout or a safety, right? Like a quarterback, you're always trying to pick up things, different things that like a guy does in his process to help you. And it doesn't get much better than Eli and Peyton Manning when it comes to their process, right? So that they've been a great resource for me, so I can't thank them enough.
Facts. Gotcha. So Ty, you're a franchise NFL quarterback. And I've seen it since the day I was there. What's been the progression like that at Bama that has allowed you to grow into who you are as a player? Was it the playing against us on defense every day?
Caleb Downs, he was at Alabama before transferring to Ohio State. I should say the Ohio State. I know that Derek always gets on to me about that. I just don't like saying that. There's nothing "the" about it, okay? I think it should be just Ohio State, okay? Let's chill. Let's chill out with calling it the Ohio State. Just call it Ohio State, okay? Sorry, that's my little rant. But yeah, Caleb Downs and Ty Simpson, they were both at Alabama at one point in time.
Was there. It's Coach Saban's system, the system that you're in now. What's been the progression for you like that has prepared you for this moment?
Dude, honestly, it's like been a little bit of everything. And I'm kind of like, you got the best of both worlds because you saw it from, Bama side and you saw it from Ohio State side. So two of the best two programs, in the nation. But it was cool for me.
And I will say this about Caleb Downs, right? I think Caleb Downs did what was best for his college career. I think that was the best decision he could have made for himself from transferring from Alabama to Ohio State, because I've said it before, with all the changes made in college football, with each era, the changes that they made recently really heavily benefit the Big Ten. So him transferring to a Big Ten school was a smart move on his part, I believe. And also, you were losing Nick Saban, and Nick Saban was very defensive minded. Caleb DeBoer, I said Caleb DeBoer. That is not his name, y'all. But DeBoer, he was more offensive minded, and so losing that defensive minded head coach who lacked experience, and it was just going to be a lot of changes. I can understand why Caleb Downs wanted to transfer to Ohio State.
Right, like going against y'all on defense every day. I think about your freshman year, my sophomore year, bro. Y'all had what? Three first on that team. Dude, y'all had 3 first rounders on defense and about 5 mid rounders. And I mean and then the year before it was almost like more. Yeah, you know what I mean? So like imagine going through scout team every day with him, my first year, then going against y'all every day and good on good. That helped me a ton. Then Saban's process of like how he's done things from how he prepares, how routine oriented he is, how all that was really good for me. Then when he left, it was good for me to understand somebody from another point of view. You know what I mean? Like DeBoer came in, and I saw it from my offensive side now. And so
I think it was beneficial for Ty Simpson to have DeBoer. It's just, I don't know. Y'all know I'm not a big fan of DeBoer. He's not my favorite by any means.
Offensive driven and more like helpful towards the quarterback, and it was almost like transferring without transferring.
Jesse, I have not added your drop. I did add Tiffany's drop yesterday, but I have not added your drop yet. I do have the note of adding your drop, so don't worry. I am going to get to it.
But it was so cool to see it from both sides because one, Coach Saban's the greatest of all time, as you know. And then DeBoer comes in and, he lit it up at Washington, and then seeing how, he's trying to get better and trying to, tinker his offense a little bit, and being able to be there with him was super dope. So, everything that Bama's done for me has been nothing but, I've been nothing but grateful for.
I think that with DeBoer, it's more he caters to this new era of football, okay? It's really difficult to coach these new guys. They have a completely different mindset. It's sad to say, but you almost have to be softer on them in a way, which should not be the case, in my opinion. It should not be the case.
Yeah, I definitely get what you're saying, though. Like being with Coach Saban my freshman year, like the defensive-minded coach, and then being around Coach Day, it's so different with the offensive-minded coach. Like the way he sees practice is so backwards to me. Like the offense, bro. If we were at Bama and we ended a practice with Saban and they bombed us the last play, no, we would have never ended practice that way.
It never happened.
Why not? He need to just be okay with it. He just need to be okay with it.
You could really tell Josh did not go to a Nick Saban school like Alabama or Georgia. You can really tell just by Josh's mindset here that he did not experience any of that. That was not going to fly with Nick Saban, y'all. A defensive-minded head coach like Nick Saban, and this is why he was the greatest. He's over here questioning the great Nick Saban. Like, why? You should just be okay with ending practice that way. No, you shouldn't. You should expect excellence, and you should expect your defense to perform to standard. And that's what Nick Saban did. This is what I mean by, I feel like you almost have to be a softer coach these days with these types of players, because they're saying things like, no, you should just be okay with it and accept it. No, you shouldn't. That's mediocre.
Oh my goodness, great practice. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is. Offensive, that's offensive coach. They cool with it.
If there's a day where they don't get past the 50 and we scrimmage, like last year during fall camp, there was a couple of days where like they don't get
What is
past
up,
the 50.
CDT Beats? Great live last night. I really enjoyed it. Man, CDT Beats, genius. A beat making genius, y'all. He created this one beat last night. Witness greatness, y'all. You witness greatness over there at CDT Beats' channel, because that beat was amazing. I was so hyped over that beat. You have no idea.
He'd be like, terrible. We're gonna suck. We're not gonna be good.
It's true though. It's true though. The morale of practice is better when the offense is doing good. When the offense is trash, practice just seems very dull and boring.
See, I'm over. You can tell by Ty Simpson and Caleb Downs' reaction. They're just like they were under at Nick Saban, so they're just like, ain't no way. Thank you. I fell asleep with the stream still on. Yeah, I woke up. I was like, man, this, it's still going. That was funny, though. I wasn't mad at it. I wasn't mad at it one bit, CDT Beats.
It just seems like a bad day. But when the offense is clicking, going dumb, like scoring, it just looks like, man, this team is crazy. It depends how the defense
is actually doing it, though. If the defense is like popping it, making plays, and they celebrating together, we cool.
No, it still looks bad.
To put it in perspective at Bama, right? When Caleb was there, we would run like plays during practice. And the worst possible coverage, the worst possible outcome for that play was getting called on defense. So, like, if you were running like flood, it was cover 2 trap.
Man, I love when they get into this type of football talk. Cover 2 trap quarter. I love that type of talk, okay? I love breaking down the plays like this.
We were running like outside zone to the left. I mean, corner cat. Like it was
outside zone to the left, corner cat. Love it, loving it over here.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have a defensive minded coach. But the other way, like we have offensive minded coach, we'll be like, hey, run this coverage when we got this play.
Bro,
and then,
literally when I got to Ohio State the first day of spring ball, you know how Coach Saban would be like, okay, first day we're just lining up 2x2 or 3x1, nothing else. Second day you can line up maybe 2x2, 3x1, you can motion. At O State, first day unbalanced. Start off unbalanced all day, motion to the field. I'm like, bro, what are we doing?
You can see Caleb. This isn't Caleb, y'all. This is Josh. This is his brother, Josh Downs. He's a wide receiver. He played for the University of North Carolina. You can kind of tell his mindset on this. But Caleb Downs, it had to be a shock to him to go from a Nick Saban style defense to Coach Day at Ohio State. I mean, that was probably a shock to him.
Played them Hoosiers last year. Was it surprising what they did, or were they as like good of a team as advertised? I mean, they won, so how were they last year?
I wasn't surprised when they won after they beat us, and then after we lost, we lost to both teams that were in the Natty. So.
I caught that. I caught what he said, CDT Beats, but I didn't even acknowledge it. Cause no, D-Money, that's not what I'm gonna do. That's not what I'm gonna do. Why are you always talking trash, D-Money? You know what? Go get me my coleslaw. Go get me my coleslaw, D-Money. Hold on. Let's play D-Money's drop. Let's search for it. Here we go.
Oh, and can you bring my coleslaw on a separate plate? I hate it when it touches my bread.
Yeah, D-Money, go get my coleslaw. And shout out to CDT Beats. Find your drop. I still gotta add your beat to this. And I haven't done it. I haven't done it yet. But it's in my notes. It's noted. Shout out to CDT Beats. Y'all go subscribe to his channel. That's where I was last night when I witnessed the greatest beat being created.
Like, you know, the SEC.
Alright, let me go back to where I was at.
Like we lost to both teams that were in the Natty, so I thought they were gonna win that game. So I thought they were gonna win that game against Miami.
Facts.
I didn't know how it was gonna go against y'all.
I didn't see that, bro. I really like. So
I'll send you something I would like played if you don't mind. Of course, of course, CDTVs. You know it's gonna get played. You know it's gonna get played over here, no question. Because I want to switch my outro. I told you I want to switch my outro. I want it to be longer because the one I made is short, and I'm not the biggest fan of it. It's nothing like yours, right? So I want my outro to be longer, and I want it to have one of your beats on it. So yeah, and you can never go wrong with having too many of CDT beats on your channel, y'all. Okay, can't go wrong with it.
I thought they might have won against Bama, but I didn't think it was gonna be.
Bro, so from my point of view, right? Like, I'm sure it's different from Caleb's because he was on the defensive side, but I was like, they don't do much. Like, I was like, they do the same thing for every down. And so when I got the ball, I knew exactly what was gonna happen, and they just didn't mess up, bro.
Hey,
like,
use it. Use it. I don't mind. Clip it up. I don't mind.
The exact same spot they were supposed to be, and they were so well coached. It was so much different than the SEC. Like, you know, in the SEC, you got, you know, they'll play man, they'll do these unorthodox coverages, you know, because
it's interesting hearing his mindset on how they approached the Hoosiers. I don't think Nick Saban would have ever let that mindset fly. He would have never been like, well, they're going to run the same thing. That is just a dangerous mindset. Like, almost like, oh, you don't really have anything to be worried about. But then when the cleats hit the turf, and you just see how established they are as a team, how well, he talked about them being well coached, how well coached they are. With just the structure, like knowing what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it. This is something Nick Saban's talked about. That makes the difference. And I don't feel like Alabama had that. And this is my issue with DeBoer.
It's kind of how it is. But, like, that game was crazy to me. Of course, I got hurt. So
now, we did have the factor of Ty Simpson getting hurt, right? So that played a part. You also had the offensive line collapsing on Ty Simpson. Part of the reason why he ended up getting hurt. Just, it wasn't great. I'm just not a fan of the direction Alabama's headed, but it's just part of it now. Like I said, the move is the Big Ten now. What can you do?
Was a bummer, but I knew what they were going to do, and, you know, we couldn't really run the ball. We didn't really, you know, throw. It just was it was so crazy to me how it happened.
Yeah. What's called? You just I seen a picture you did something at Alabama. You put your handprint at the stadium.
I love Alabama doing this to honor players. They let them put their handprint in cement. And you had Jalen Milroe do it. I'm trying to think. Mac Jones, I think, did it. So you had, you know, all the former players do this. I really love it.
What does that mean to you?
Yeah, so, you know, Denny Chimes, and Caleb knows this, but Denny Chimes is like in the middle of the quad at the University of Alabama. And it's been there since like 1925 or something like that. And every captain since, you know, I guess 1925 has put their hand in there and in footprint. And one of the reasons of why I stayed was to be able to do that. A goal since I was a recruit was I want to be able to put my handprint and footprint in Denny Chimes one day to come back and show my kids and to leave my mark on Alabama. And you know, sure enough, my last year I got to do it.
Chelsea, Pittsburgh wanted Ty Simpson per fans. I know they ticked off. Yeah, I know that G Honda wanted Ty Simpson. But I am so glad, y'all know I've said this time and time again now, that I'm so glad that Ty Simpson went to the Rams. That was the best possible situation for him versus going to a team that didn't have a veteran quarterback established and training a rookie up. So I'm so glad that Ty Simpson went to the Rams. And he said earlier, y'all, he said early on, because remember, I told you this interview took place when it was before the draft. So this was April 15th when the interview was done, and he said that it was, you know, he said something about it being frustrating, like not knowing where you're gonna go, or you know, having no control over what team you're gonna be a part of. So I think that was very telling. I think that was very telling that he did not want to go to the Cardinals. He probably didn't want to go to a team like the Steelers. And the Downs brothers, I can't remember if it's Josh or Caleb. I want to say it was Caleb. Caleb asks him a question in this and asks him something that really hints towards him wanting to be a Ram. And I don't think anyone caught it. But I caught it now. I didn't watch this interview till last night, and when I heard that part, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna cover this. I gotta cover it.
Everybody has their different things in recruitment. Like when I was a recruit, I would always walk through like the facilities, whatever facility I was in. I was like, dang, I want to be one of the players that are on the wall. Like I want to be one of the ones that are on the wall with a poster up. Like I want to be one of those people. For you, it was the Denny Chimes thing, but like. Walking in last week, when I walked in the Old State facility, I was like, dang, like, I got like 3-4 posters up. I'm on people's doors. I'm like, it's OD. I was like, all right,
it's a great feeling, but like, that's a testament to you, bro. Like, you did it the right way, and like, you did things the way it's supposed to. And Josh did this, his thing at North Carolina, and like, people just, when they look at you, that's what they see.
Tell, it's so crazy to me to watch these former athletes who played under Nick Saban. You could just tell they have that Nick Saban mindset because he talks about doing it the right way. Like these are things that Nick Saban often preaches to the players. Doing the right thing, doing what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, and how you're supposed to do it. It's the process. Like he always talks about these things. And these players develop a everlasting mindset of this. It's so funny to me.
Hopefully my picture gets up there, but I know always I'll have my handprint and footprint in there, and people are gonna talk about it. So that was really
I think
cool,
Ty Simpson's picture will get hung up there because Caleb at the start of the show he went over Ty Simpson's stats at Alabama. Y'all, he was the only wide receiver to have the lowest interception rates, and I don't think people discredit him, and it's kind of sad to me, but he had lower interception rates than Mendoza with the Raiders. He had more passing yards than Mendoza at the Raiders, and he was only there 1 year. Imagine what he could have done if he played the whole entire time. But I'm glad he didn't play the entire 4 years, right? Because I talk about how these players need to develop, and this is something Nick Saban had with his system. He let these QBs sit under a veteran quarterback. Remember, at one point in time, you had Jalen Hurts, Tua Tagovailoa, and Mac Jones. That was the quarterback room at one point in time. And they all had their time to develop under a quarterback. So Tua sat under Jalen Hurts for a time, and he developed. And then, obviously, Mac Jones sat under both Jalen Hurts and Tua for a time. And look what Mac Jones did at Alabama. It's amazing seeing what Ty Simpson's done.
Yeah. So I always had secondhand info, but what was the transition like from Saban to DeBoer, and what was the differences from your perspective?
So the way I tell everybody is, right, like, and you know, this Saban was so like, it's coach and everybody else. Like that's pretty much how it is.
It needs to be that way. It needs to be coach, everybody else. It needs to be, you have to have a leader. You have to have someone directing the ship. When you start to include everybody in on a process, they start to think, somebody's going to start to think they can run the show. And it's dangerous. It's dangerous to sink your wisdom and your leadership role to be complacent to these players. I don't like it. I think that's a bad direction to go. What is up, Marcus? Good to have you here.
Exactly. Like, he's the king and everybody else follows underneath him, which is not wrong, right? It works for so many years. It is what it is, right? Like, it was great. That transition from when DeBoer came, DeBoer was more of a player's coach, and it was like DeBoer and everybody else. And so he would get, he would be like, a decision would have to be made, and he'd be like,
I don't like that. I don't think you need to be doing that. Not with these in the NFL. Sure, I can understand wanting to do that in the NFL when you're in the pros and you have been established for so long and you have so much experience under your belt. I can understand a situation like that. Like, you heard Aaron Rodgers talk about how he liked choosing being with the Steelers under Mike Tomlin because Mike Tomlin made him feel like, an equal, like someone who had a veteran presence and who was very experienced. Didn't treat him like he was just some ordinary player that had no meaning to the game. That's understandable. But with these college athletes, I think you need a leader. You need a coach. You need a player or a coach telling them what they're supposed to do, when they're supposed to do it, how they're supposed to do it, and expecting greatness out of them. When you start to include them in, they can start to think, oh, well, we can undermine your coaching. I'm not a fan of it, but I get that this is the direction it has to go because of the transfer portal, because of NIL. It's caused a lot of chaos.
And of course, right, like that first year, we were kind of caught off guard. Like, what do you mean? What do we think? So it was very.
I said, what do you think? You would have thought it was a trap or something.
Yeah, you'd be like,
I don't care what you think. I think that's true. You are supposed to trust your coach. Like, that's another element to it, right? Is having the coach-player relationship to where the players are expected to trust the coach. When you start to get them involved, it starts to, make everyone question, who should we trust? I don't like that. I'm just not a fan of that. I don't like that from DeBoer. Not a fan of it.
Exactly. But this second year, it was really cool because it was finally like, all right, we understand him a little bit better. He understands us a little bit better. And we kind of had a better feeling, and you can kind of see the success that we had. But I don't think there's a right or wrong way to do it.
I think there is a right or wrong way to do it. I have to disagree with Ty Simpson on this. There is a right and wrong way to do it. There's a right and a wrong to everything in life. Pros and cons to everything in life. I think the right way is to have the coach be the coach and the players be the players, and to respect that relationship. You don't let kids go run the home, do you? CDT Beats, you can let me know real quick. CDT Beats, do you let your daughters run the show? Or are you running it? Are you calling the plays? I would have to expect that CDT Beats is the one calling the plays. That's how it needs to be in college, y'all. The coaches need to be calling the plays. They need to be the one in control, having the leadership. Because if you don't, eventually those players are going to undermine you at some point and start to think that they can run it, that they can run the show and do better than you. So I'm not a fan of that from DeBoer. You already know I'm the king around here. Yeah, for sure.
Than what we were used to. But it was super cool. And being able to see both of them, it was super, super blessed.
Yeah. Nah, that is the big difference. I remember Caleb was a recruit. We went to Bama, and going in that office definitely was like...
CDTV said even the dog knows better. Oh, man. Chelsea, who you think is going to have the better career, Simpson or Mendoza? I've talked about this before. I think they both have a shot, right? I think they both are in the best case scenario as quarterbacks. Trust me, this draft has been the best case scenario for many of these quarterbacks, except for Carson Beck. Carson Beck, poor Carson Beck. I'm telling you, he has had a time. Even in his college football career, he's had a time. Like, he left Georgia to go to Miami. I think he thought he could win a national championship with Miami, and that didn't happen. But he also, was having issues with Georgia, thinking they might have a shot. That didn't happen. But then he's now, like, drafted to a team that's not established, and it's like, man, that's not a good case scenario. But with Mendoza, it's different. Mendoza's going to be sitting under Kirk Cousins. I think that's a great situation for him to develop and grow. Same with Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson is sitting under Matthew Stafford. He's going to have the opportunity to develop and grow. I think they both have an equal opportunity at being great. Like, we're really not going to know until we see them play, right? But I think they both have a shot. They both have a shot at being great in their own respects to how they play the game.
The King's Quarter, like, going in there was like, it's just so much aura in there.
Out through the Fire podcast. It's been a minute since I've seen you over here. It's good to see you. I hope all is well with the medical field. I hope, it's not driving you too insane. I know for a time it was really stressful for you, but I hope all is going well. But you made my day coming over here. I'm glad to see you. But you said just sending some drive-by support. I appreciate it. I appreciate it through the Fire.
It's so old school, bro. But now, like, DeBoer's got like lights and like limestone on his desk. Like, it's like a
y'all. I was so crushed when DeBoer changed the office of Nick Saban. I was crushed. In a way, I'm kind of glad that he did it, because it's like, you know what? He's not worthy. DeBoer's not worthy yet of that Nick Saban style office. So in a way, I'm kind of glad he changed it. But at first, I was crushed. I was like, why did you F up that man's office like that? But now I'm glad. I'm glad he did it, because it's like, nah, you wasn't worthy to have that office to begin with. Remember, these are ifs, not is players. Wait, what are you saying, Jesse? These picks are ifs, not is players.
It's crazy.
Oh yeah. Now, what was it like playing behind Bryce Young? What did you learn from him? I mean, great quarterback.
So this is interesting too that I didn't think about, but Ty Simpson sat under Bryce Young. He also sat under Jalen Milroe.
It's really like that. So, what was it like having him in the room, and what did you learn from him?
Bryce is my dog, man. Like, I actually was with him in LA. We went to the Lakers game. He was with his some of his wideouts, and we got together and hung out.
Was CJ there or no? Stroud?
No, CJ wasn't there.
Oh, I thought I saw them at a game together.
No, they came to they played the Cavs. He came to another one.
Oh, okay.
But
what
I
up,
can't say enough for
Momo Rants? Good to see you here. I hope you're doing well. We all love Caleb Downs, but should we be concerned about his alleged knee issues? Man, if you want the quickest way to tick me off right now, the quickest way to tick me off right now is bringing up that knee. I'm telling you. That is a rumor. Y'all can Google it. It has no merit whatsoever. I've talked about this. I've watched Caleb Downs at Alabama. I watched Caleb Downs at Ohio State. He never once sat out of a game, y'all. Never had an injury, nothing. He didn't miss a game. So I don't know how this rumor got started, but it has no merit to it. And you guys can Google it for yourselves. Just Google, does the Caleb Downs knee issue have any merit? You can Google something like that. It'll tell you that it does not have any merit, that he stayed healthy in college, never missed a game. It'll tell you real quick. But that is the quickest way to tick me off, is bringing up that knee. There's no issue with the knee. Whoever started that rumor, you know, I brought this up. I said, what if the Cowboys put out that rumor in order for Caleb Downs to slide in the draft to them? I'm starting to wonder if like something wasn't going on there, because it worked out for the Cowboys, right? We ended up getting Caleb. It's just fascinating that happened. I personally believe it's fake news. It is. There's not no personally believing. It is. It's a fact. It's a fact that was fake news, that wasn't the truth. Like, I don't know how that rumor got started, but that was not true whatsoever. Man, y'all saw me rage real quick. Hold on, y'all.
I'm trying to be cool, but God.
I'm trying to be cool with that. I'm trying to be cool every time I hear that. But gosh dang, that ticks me off so bad when I hear anything talked about with Caleb Downs. No, it's not true, Momo. It's not true. I'll tell you right now. I'll show you right now. I can show you right now what Google is going to say. Okay, so it says, these claims have been widely disputed with the NFL sources, dismissing them and noting he never missed games at Alabama or Ohio State due to any type of injury. So the report said that he had a significant issue with his knee. That was flagged, okay? But the response was that his medical staff, all the evaluations, you know, that came out and it confirmed that was not true, that he had no issues with his knee. So there's no problem. The claims were disputed and dismissed by the NFL because he never missed a game at Alabama, never missed a game at Ohio State due to injury. I don't know how that rumor got started. And this is from Google. This is from Google right here. I don't know how that rumor got started, but it ticks me off so bad. Knees are brittle. He has toilet paper knees. Momo, you just start in trouble now. You start in trouble, Momo. Don't get timed out, Momo. Don't get timed out, because I will time you out so fast. No. And you got to think, Momo, the advancements of sports medicine and physical therapy is tremendously better than what it was in the past. These guys are better off with recovery now than they were back then. Look at Adrian Peterson. Look at these guys who come back from injury and are able to perform outstanding. I think, didn't Saquon Barkley have an injury too? Look what he did. So it's like you have to take that with a grain of salt. It's really, even if he did have an injury like they try to claim, it wouldn't have made much of a difference in my eyes because of the advancements of sports medicine and with physical therapy. All right, Momo, you getting timed out. Momo, you getting timed out now, okay? Because I ain't putting up with that. I ain't the one. I'm telling you right now, I ain't the one, bro. I ain't the one. I ain't going for any type of nonsense, y'all, over here. You're not going to try to make false claims over here when the facts are, you know, that the proof is in the plays, right? We've seen Caleb Downs play the entire season at Alabama. We've seen him play the entire season at Ohio State. Never had not one injury. So that's really going to tick me off. It's like the quickest way to tick me off. Oh yeah. Let's go back to my drops while I'm on the subject, okay?
I don't show it all the time, but deep down inside, like, I slap shit out of all y'all.
I couldn't ask it. He couldn't, you know, didn't help me with. There was nothing that, you know, if I was out of line, he would put me back in line. Like, it was such like a big brother, little brother vibe. And now, you know, I look back and everything that, you know, he did and he taught me, I used it in my process. And it was really cool to see how, you know, he did it and how I could put it in my process. And then seeing him
what's
in the
up?
NFL.
Yeah, I time Momo out. Don't get me wrong, I love Momo, y'all. I do love Momo. Check out Momo Rants. He's a Commanders fan, but I ain't going for that. I ain't about to go back and forth with when it comes to the facts, because the truth is in the plays. And, you know, Caleb Downs didn't miss not one game at Ohio State, not one game at Alabama, never had an injury. So how can you claim that this guy has some sort of knee issue when we've seen him play the entire season of college football? Like, how can you make claims like that and think that that's okay? I ain't the one, y'all. I ain't the one. We ain't doing that. Bro, Chelsea will choke you out. Oh, man. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something to see, like, you know, little 5'2" girl? Yep. Don't play with me, y'all. Don't play with me. I ain't the one. What's up, LY? Good to see you in the building. Oh, yeah. Y'all go check out Ty Pro's channel. Prolific Minds Podcast. Ty Pro, you can drop your link in the chat. But y'all make sure you subscribe to his channel. I believe you're going live later, aren't you, Ty Pro? I think I've seen that you were going live. So, we'll be over there later if y'all want to go check Ty Pro's channel out. Prolific Minds Podcast.
Making that transition, right? Like being, you know, on the same level and just, you know, thanking him, but also like understanding that, like, you know, I get to play against him. It's super cool. And so I thank Bryce all the time, you know, just thank him for everything he's done for me and how I wouldn't have got here if it wasn't for him. Even Jalen.
Drop your link, Ty Pro. Drop your link so everybody can go subscribe. Y'all better go subscribe. So I better see Momo if you're still here. If I didn't run you off, Momo, go subscribe to Prolific Minds Podcast. Jesse, make sure you're subscribed. LY, go subscribe to Prolific Minds Podcast, okay?
Jalen Hurts. Oh, Milrow. Jalen Hurts? I was like, what? I was like, Jalen Hurts. I'm like, how?
He thought Ty Simpson was talking about playing under Jalen Hurts, and he forgot about Milrow.
Make no sense.
Nah, I ain't that little bit.
Nah, facts. Jalen Milrow, he was nice too, though. What's it called?
We call Jalen Milrow Mill Ticket Milrow. I miss old Milrow. But Ty Pro, y'all, Ty Pro dropped his link. Y'all better go subscribe.
And said, who in the league right now, who are some of your favorite quarterbacks to watch?
Here we go, y'all. This is the part I've been waiting for. This right here was like, should have been a sign that the Rams could have been a possibility right here.
My favorite to watch, I think Matthew Stafford's unreal.
They asked him about his favorite NFL quarterbacks to watch. The first name that comes out of his mouth is Matthew Stafford. I think that's fascinating considering where he ended up. man, I'm telling you, I think, you know, that was a little hint that we missed, that the possibility could have been the Rams, but nobody was expecting it. Nobody was expecting Ty Simpson to go to the Rams. I know I for sure wasn't. I thought, like, my biggest fear was Ty Simpson going to the Cardinals. That was my biggest fear. What'd you say? Haha, Chelsea Times buddy out. Yeah, I ain't playing about it. I ain't playing about Caleb Downs, y'all. I'm not playing. When it comes, as soon as I heard that knee get brought up again, I was like, oh heck, no, we ain't doing that. Now, not Marcus, y'all, not Marcus. Marcus was just asking me a question. Marcus is a fellow Cowboys fan, I believe. So Marcus was just asking me a question, but then Momo comes in saying that it was true, and I was like, I was not having it, y'all. I'm not having it. Caleb's knee is fine. He performed well at Alabama. He performed well at Ohio State. Never sat out a game. Never missed any game due to injury. His knee's fine. What are you talking about? Okay? Chelsea, I like your quote. Thank you. I had another one the other day, and I was like, I'm going to change it. Let's see. Let me read it. People who are intimidated to... Well, hold on. Let me start over. I'm a little too excited, y'all. I'm a little bit overstimulated now. People who are intimidated by you talk bad about you in hopes that others won't find you so appealing. Man, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Yeah, hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button.
Watching him last year in the playoffs, I'm like,
that's what I'm saying. Like the stuff he does, especially at the age he does it, bro, is crazy.
Man, I think Ty Simpson kind of knew maybe it was a possibility that he could be going to the Rams. Obviously, you know, they had like the private meetings or whatever it was, where the Rams came and checked him out at Alabama. I think Ty Simpson knew it was a possibility. That was what he was hoping for, but it probably was stressing him out that it, you know, was a high chance of him going to somewhere like the Cardinals. But shout out to you, Jesse. You said that you subbed to Ty Pro. Thank you for subbing to Ty Pro's channel. You won't be disappointed. It's great content over there. Great informative information. And, you know, whether you agree with him or you don't, I think it's important to hear all different types of views and just be respectful to each other. So that's one thing I really like about his channel. All right, moving on.
I love watching him. I like watching Joe. I think Joe Flacco.
Burrow.
Josh Downs is killing me over here, y'all. Okay, see, Momo, I should have known you were just trolling me. He said I was just trolling and I get a timeout. Yes, Momo, I told you I was not playing about Caleb Downs. That's so funny. I'm glad you're still here, Momo. Thank you for sticking around. That's so funny. But going back to Josh Downs, what he had to say, I don't know why his mindset is on these older quarterbacks. He said Jalen Hurts, and then he said Joe Flacco. I think that's hilarious.
I'm way off all these names. I'm way off on all these names. I'm so serious. My bad.
Bro, that's great. Joe, I think Joe Burrow is. I think his vibe is crazy. He's got a swagger
now,
to him for sure.
I think Ty Simpson, if he wasn't wanting to go to the Rams as bad as he was, his answer might have been Joe Burrow first. I know personally, I wouldn't have put Matthew Stafford first. I would not have put Matthew Stafford first. I went over a list a while back. It took some time to get through that list. I can't remember who all I said now. With current players in the NFL that I think are really talented. I know I put Joe Burrow on there. I know I put Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts. I think I did put Matthew Stafford on there too, but just not high up. Okay, so this is what I did. I put all quarterbacks who had won a Super Bowl as the best ones like in the NFL currently. So of course I had to go Patrick Mahomes. I did put Matthew Stafford on the list. I did put Jalen Hurts on the list. Aaron Rodgers, if he does return, he was on the list. Who was the other one? It doesn't matter, y'all. It doesn't matter. My list doesn't matter. We're here for Ty Simpson, okay?
So Matthew, Joe, and then, you know, I really enjoy, like, Baker and even Bryce. Like, they kind of, you know, the way that they do things.
Baker and Bryce makes a lot of sense for him, considering, you know, his style, his type of build. I think, you know, mimicking those types of players makes a lot of sense. What's up, Dan? Good to see you in the building.
I think they play the game the right way.
From when you were at Bama, what's the story about Caleb that we don't know about?
I don't think Ty Simpson should have been a second-round pick. I'm glad that he got picked first round. I'm glad that he went to the Rams. I think that was a great decision on the Rams' part. Y'all, maybe people are now claiming that the Rams, for the NFC, they're claiming that the Rams and the Eagles have the best shot at a Super Bowl, which I find fascinating. And that's just current with, you know, early predictions. Early predictions, it's saying the Rams and the Eagles. I find that fascinating. Yeah. I'm not mad at it, though. I'm not mad that he went to the Rams. I think it's great for him to develop, just like Mendoza's situation sitting under Kirk Cousins. I'm here for it. I'm here for these rookie QBs going to a situation where they develop under a veteran QB. I think that honestly should be the rule. I think that should be the rule for the NFL. You can't draft a player if you don't have you can't draft a rookie QB if you don't have a veteran QB established. I think it should be a rule. I mean, that's a hot take, y'all. That's a hot take, but I think it should be a rule.
You seen him on campus.
I was waiting for this. I don't really have like a crazy story about Caleb.
I was not doing anything when I said.
Yeah, like hopefully he got out of his shell when he was at O State, because he was like at Bama. It was like
playing football.
Didn't talk to Caleb. Like it was all football.
Playing football.
I will say this though. This is how I knew Caleb was going to be different. So he early enrolled and came to practice super early in December of what? It would have been 23.
And y'all, this is the Downs Brothers podcast. Just for those of you who are coming in, Caleb Downs, this is who the Dallas Cowboys just drafted. And then the one at the far end is his brother. That is Josh Downs. He plays for the Colts, I believe. And he's a wide receiver. He played for the University of North Carolina, for those of you who are not familiar with him. And then, of course, we have Ty Simpson in the middle. He played for Alabama and is now drafted to the Rams. And we got into maybe people missed an early sign that it was a possibility of him going to the Rams, because the first quarterback that he said that he enjoys watching in the NFL currently, the first name he mentioned was Matthew Stafford. I think that's fascinating. But anyways, carrying on. Mendoza won't learn much under Cousins. I think he will. There's more layers to it than what people realize, I think. You know, just the mentality aspect of it, how you approach the game, what you should do with your warm-ups, how you should recover, just different little elements like that. The ins and outs of the game, the best way to learn your plays, like just all these different things, because you got to think the biggest adjustment that these players face when they go from college to the NFL, and this is something I've heard in many different interviews from these players talk about, is that it's an adjustment going from a well-structured environment in college, because they have a schedule for you laid out. They tell you where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be there, and then they tell you how you're supposed to do, things. So it's very structured in college. When you get to the NFL, you are responsible for everything. You're responsible for scheduling your workouts. You're responsible for scheduling these meetings, for doing all these things, right? You're responsible for that. So I think it's important for Mendoza to have someone like Cousins to show him how to do it, how he structures himself in the NFL for these games. So I don't know. I think it's going to be very beneficial, more than what people realize. It's deeper than just the performance on the field.
22 when we were playing the Sugar Bowl. Practiced with us and everything. And I remember, right, him and Justice came in, and they were kind of the two guys who, you know, Georgia, like, you know, they were real deal. But I remember after the game, we had just won. You know, we beat Kansas State out of the water. And I'm getting on the bus, and I sit by Caleb. And Caleb is looking at the playbook, like on his phone.
And let me just say this. I just want to say this to everybody. For those who are so critical of these players, because y'all know what ticks me off the most is these people being so critical of these players. Do not have not one word to say if you have not consistently watched them in college. That's my biggest pet peeve, is seeing the people that only watch the NFL, never watch college football, put input on these players, and they've never seen their college career unfold or how, you know, they've developed. They've never seen it. Please spare me your input. Please spare us all your input when you have no earthly idea of how they performed in college. And I'll do you one even better. This is just your predictions, right? You haven't even seen them hit the field with their cleats. You don't know how they're going to perform. Nobody knows. Could they be a bust? Sure. Could they be someone like a Tom Brady? Possibly. You just never know till the cleats hit the turf. Y'all, that is my saying. It is copyrighted. You do not take it, okay? Don't take my saying, okay?
Like, a guy who hasn't been here like 2 weeks, Josh, like 2 weeks, practiced like 3 times with us, is on the bus. We had just beat them out of beat the brakes off of them, and he's on an install, like just ready to go. And I was sitting by him, and I was like, I just told myself, I was like, this dude's built different. Like he's.
Bro, I was trying to play so bad. I can't. I was not trying. I was trying to play so bad.
He was watching tape since high school. I remember he was like had an iPad watching Alabama tape when he was still.
Bro, tied.
All right, someone's got to get timed out. D-Money, do you want to time this person out, or should I do it? Does one of the mods want to time out whatever this person's name is? The one saying that he's taking my saying, yeah, you're gonna get timed out. Man, I don't know where these trolls are coming from, but I ain't here for it, y'all. I ain't the one. I just did it. D-Money, I beat you to it. D-Money, 24 hours. This one gets a 24 hours. Sorry. Adios.
He talked so much trash when I was there, though.
I still do.
He be talking so much trash on the field.
That's what made it fun.
And then, be like, hey, we would line up and he would just be talking. I'd be like, what is he even talking?
I love
and then
that.
don't
I love that little swagger about Ty Simpson. So Ty Simpson's a trash talker, y'all. I kind of like that. I think that adds, some razzle dazzle to the game.
Let him run the ball play. If he run the ball at all and make any type of run, talking crazy. I'm like, Terry used to be like, no, we got to hit Ty.
It was good though, because it was like Caleb would talk back, and then Terrion would talk back, and then if Kool-Aid talked back,
yeah, if it's something crazy like that guy was saying, I'm gonna give them 24 hours. If it's just someone that's a part of the chat that I know, usually I started off like with the lowest time, maybe a minute. And then if they keep on, the time increases. Each timeout will increase if they keep on.
Nah, Kool-Aid talk back. You push it.
Man, Kool-Aid McKinstry, I love that kid. I love that kid at Bama. But they said, I think it was Arnold, Terrion Arnold. Terrion Arnold even said that if you seen McKinstry get ticked off, that's when it was over. It took the whole game to get him to calm down. Cousins gonna teach Mendoza how to fleece teams of money. Oh man, that's hilarious. That's funny, Jesse. Man, yeah, if he gets that agent, if Mendoza gets the same agent as Cousins, you know, he really could be getting them deals. That's funny that you said that. Hey, and I ain't mad at it either, y'all. I ain't mad at that one bit. Teach these kids to get that money.
But that was cool because we were just all like going at it, and that's what made Bama Bama. But like, I think about like you and your dad helping Caleb, like watching film and like kind of the same, you know, like watching, you know, how y'all did things, how my little brother's gonna come up.
The Downs
You know what I mean?
brothers, you know, they come from a family of athletes. Like, I think his dad was in the NFL, and then also he's a coach. So there's that.
That's,
How old is your brother?
He's 17.
He's still in Tennessee.
Uh,
He got any offers?
Yeah, he's got Ohio State, Bama.
Okay.
So Ty Simpson is getting recruited, or Ty Simpson's brother is getting heavily recruited. He had Ohio State on the list. He had Bama on the list. I think he says North Carolina on the list. I'm interested. I don't know what, they didn't say what position he plays. I don't know if he plays a quarterback or another position, because with these two, they're similar to, the Downs brothers are similar to the Diggs brothers, except I think they're a little bit more well-grounded. But they have the brother, one's a wide receiver, the other one plays safety, cornerback, so it's interesting. You know, in my experience watching Caleb Downs, he played safety. Nick Saban had him in at safety, and then also at Ohio State, I believe he was a safety. He can play other positions, but me personally, I haven't said this yet, I hope to see him play safety at Dallas. I think that's probably the best fit for him to get established. Like, he's a rookie. I think just keep him with familiar territory until he gets developed and established on the team, until you know what you have, and then start making changes if you want to change him to, you know, another position. But I think he should start out playing safety.
Yeah, bro.
So is Tennessee an underrated football state, or is it just what is it like?
This was crazy to me. He said, you know, I guess because one of the offers wasn't from Tennessee, they asked, is Tennessee just an underrated state? Like, do people from Tennessee not want to play there because the quality isn't as great as these other schools? I don't know if that's what they were hinting at, but that was crazy to me.
Georgia boys,
that's actually, we respect that. We respect
that. I'm gonna keep myself on that one, dog. We produced some players. We got Jalen Ramsey. You know, we got some Jawan.
He's from Tennessee.
You know,
yeah,
I know that Jason Witten, he came from Tennessee. Who else came? Peyton Manning came from Tennessee. You know, I can't name a lot of players that came from Tennessee, especially in recent time. But I will say this: Josh Heupel, the Tennessee head coach, he's done great things for that program. He's brought them a long way to what they used to be. They really were struggling. They were struggling bad for a minute.
Nashville.
I did not know he was from Nashville. Dang. Where are you from? Nashville?
I'm from Martin, which is like 2 hours from Nashville.
I like how Josh automatically assumes just because he's in Tennessee, he's from Nashville. He's like, are you from Nashville?
Nah, but shoot, you coming up on this draft, like what has your family done, and how have you kept yourself grounded through all this? I mean, quarterback at Alabama, draft coming up, projected first round, like, seemed like a humble dude. So what's kept you grounded through all this process?
I mean, you know, one, I think like the way that I was brought up, right? Like my dad being a coach, just like y'all. Faith being very important, right? I'm sure the same thing with you guys. Right? Like the three pillars were Faith Family Football. In that
I added a clip, so I told you all that I have a new intro. Like, I've added more, like, different clips to the intro, and one of those clips is this guy making fun of football coaches in the South. And one of the things that, you know, people say in the South is it's faith, family, football in that order. And I think that is so funny. And then it gets into how right after they say this, they're cussing the players out, all of that. It's the truth, y'all. That's how it goes. They'll say faith, family, football, and then turn around and go cuss you out if you run a route wrong.
order, you know, that's how I grew up. So, you know, my dad always, like, you know, makes me realize, like, you know, your faith is more important than football. And your family is, you know, comes before football. But honestly, too, right, like, how my journey was at Alabama. Like, you know, playing 1 year, you know,
y'all, I'm tripping. I think the Do Better podcast, y'all, I gotta go. I gotta go. Y'all, you got the main idea. You got the main idea of what I wanted to talk about, because the main thing I wanted to cover was where Ty Simpson said that when asked who his favorite quarterback is to watch in the NFL currently, the first name out his mouth was Matthew Stafford. I think that's fascinating considering where he ended up getting drafted, which was to the Rams. But that was the main thing I wanted to cover in this. I gotta go because I think Theo Coop, the Do Better podcast, is doing movie night, and then I know that Ty Pro is going to be going live, so I'll be there for that as well. So I'm gonna head out, y'all. I'm gonna head out of here. Chelsea, I'm surprised. Let me see what Pooh Man said. Pooh Man, do you know if Coop is doing movie night right now? Let me see what you said, Pooh Man. Tom Brady is with the Raiders too. He's going to be able to mentor Mendoza. Thank you, Pooh Man. That's another aspect of it too, is I don't think that Tom Brady would have made this move with bringing in Kirk Cousins if he didn't know it was the best decision for developing Mendoza, right? What's up, Erroneous C? Erroneous C, I'm about to cut out of here because I think that Coop is going to be doing movie night. So I think we're going to be headed out of here. That's where I'll be. Chelsea, I'm surprised. States with no state income tax don't flaunt that more, just like the money you played. I'm glad you're bringing this up, Pooh Man, because I was watching Caleb Downs' press conference with the Joneses, and he said that he wanted to play for a team that had no state income tax. Which, you know, as we know, is Texas, with the Dallas Cowboys. I thought that was hilarious from him. I was going to cover that interview. Maybe I still will, but I'm glad you brought that up. There's a reason they don't flaunt it, Pooh Man. There's a reason they don't flaunt it. They want these players to be dumb with the money. I think there's more awareness now being taught, but yeah, back then there wasn't. Yeah, he's live right now in the Discord. Bye, y'all. We cutting out of here. Y'all heard the motivational video from earlier, and plus I had the quote in the on the screen. So hopefully that helps y'all. I'm gonna cut out of here. Bye, Touchdown Tribe. Hope you enjoyed the show.
We let the liquor talk, but baby, something's telling me this ain't over yet. I know that last night we let the liquor talk, but baby, something's telling me this ain't over yet. I know that last night we let the liquor talk, but baby, something's telling me this ain't over yet. I know that last night we let the liquor